And go.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Tag 'em and Bag 'em. I'm Jay. This is my life partner, Jackie.
Your partner?
My life partner.
The Pied Piper?
Pied Piper, yeah. That's how she lured me.
You liar. I can't play the piccolo.
Yeah, I know.
I can play instruments, but not the piccolo.
Yeah.
We have had a busy week. So how's your week?
Exhausting.
Exhausting.
It's good to have HCW with the job we do. I'll tell you that, after murders and overdoses and just bullshit.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And
but it's more than that, because we've just been working
our asses off.
A lot of hours.
And I got my toe ran over by a forklift.
Yeah, thank you, boss man.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'm still walking. You can't even tell, except for that it's purple.
Right. It's like a deep purple.
Well, it's a little red today, actually. The color.
That's even worse. It probably means your toenails.
Well, no, the color is like normal mostly now, except for the tip where it's red. It's weird looking.
Though.
Yeah, you gonna cut it off? You can give me a rusty spoon.
A rusty dull spoon.
A rusty dull spoon.
That's how you're supposed to do
it.
Exactly.
Get the tetanus and everything.
Well, welcome everyone to Tag 'em and Bag 'em. As we said, we've had a busy couple weeks, but more than anything, we've had a busy couple of weekends.
A couple weekends, yes. We got more to come next weekend too. So.
Yeah, October is really busy for us.
Yeah, it is.
It usually is anyway, but this October they've decided that we need something to do every weekend besides, adult things like chores.
Not even the weekend either, because the JCW show is going to be on a Tuesday.
Okay, well, we'll get that in a little bit. He's kind of jumping the gun.
Well,
so last night
busy
we
month.
went to Salina and we went to HCW, Heartland Championship Wrestling in Salina, which they tend to do. It's going to be coming up next year once a month.
Once a month.
So he's going to have one show in Wichita and one show in Salina. Salina will be first. Salina will be like the second week in the month, and Wichita will be the third month for the most part. He is working on solidifying all the dates for next year. So we're going to have a very busy next year. But we also checked out another show, which we will talk about on another episode. So we went to a show last weekend, and then we have a show that had a show yesterday, because today is Sunday. This will not come out on today because it's a process. But then we have another show next weekend. So we should probably just talk about one at a time. But otherwise, what would you rate this show? Let's see. Let's do 1 out of 10 as far as HCW, because you can't compare them with any other things as far as HCW is concerned. 1 out of 10. Where are you putting this one?
I would give it like maybe a 9, a solid 10. That was the best show in Salina so far. And
yeah, I kind of think that we have to separate the two.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not like an A and B team, because they're both really, really good, right? So really it's not good. A lesser team. It's not like junior varsity and varsity. It's just a different show.
It's starting to blend together, though, like I said.
For us, it does.
Yeah,
for us, because of the stories. But yeah, I would say a solid 10.
It was fucking excellent.
It was a great show. And fortunately for us, Billy just amps up every show we go to with his shenanigans and his dastardly deeds.
Dastardly.
Which we very much look forward to. So I would give that a solid 9.5, 10. There were some areas for improvement, but it's okay. We will get into that. So the first thing in the show is called Freaked Out. The doors opened at 5. VIP show started at 5:30. Any favorite match of the night?
You asked me this last night. I told you I couldn't really tell you because there were a lot of them. When I went back and when we recapped the show this morning, watching it, I still couldn't tell you, man. It was intense. It was an intense show.
So you couldn't really say this one is it, that one's the one I want for sure.
I really couldn't, because there's like 3 matches in there for sure that I know that was like, solidly excellent.
Well, and before we get into the show, right? We've done some big things. Now, if you follow us on Facebook, you've seen that we posted a picture of a podcast in a box.
Podcast in a box.
So if you notice, there are 2 microphones. So we've got sound equipment. We got additional sound equipment for the podcast room. We've been moving furniture, which, by the way, that sucked. so bad. I think we were sore for like 5 days after that.
I think I'm still sore from it. Yeah.
Not as bad though. The toilet doesn't feel like somebody put it on the ground anymore. But that sucked, moving all that furniture. It really sucked. But we're moving along. We have last minute details to get done. But then after that, we will have our podcast room set up. And we will be raring to go. But we wanted to try the mics out in this fashion. So this is a way to do it. Hopefully we eventually are going to take the mics out on our excursions and maybe do a little bit of recording and interviewing. Just to see what we can do with them, how creative we can be. We're pretty creative people, I think.
I think we would be.
I think I've come up with some pretty good videos.
Yeah. And there's more to come.
I have a notebook of ideas. I always get them in the weirdest times, and then I forget to write them down. But I come out and go, "Oh, babe, guess what? This is what I think." So.
And then
I make it.
Records me being a fool, which I love. Being a fool.
I was going to say, you like being on camera.
I do.
I just like being the one to tell you what to do behind the camera. I'm the director. You're the actor.
I'm the talent.
I have no talent.
Non-paid either. She don't pay me.
You're full of
just
shit.
Just in smooches.
You're full of shit. You get food, a clean house.
Okay, well.
You have 3 dogs. And we are not alone. Because we have Mr. Bones. He's still very sad, though.
Still wearing his Logan Knight shirt. But he wanted to match us with the pink.
But. We do have news. We learned that Kat and Logan had their baby last night.
They had
this morning at 8:44 a.m.
Yes.
She's a beautiful baby little girl, so congratulations, Logan. If you get a chance or if you're following them, go on there and say congratulations. We're very excited. And then last night's show was to benefit breast cancer awareness.
That's why we got our pink on.
Because we got the last shirts in our sizes. Because
technically the biggest size we can get probably, but
whoa, I don't
we
know.
like big shirts.
Billy wears a 5X. So,
yeah, that's true.
So I'm sure there was at least one 5X. But okay, so I do have a favorite match, but it's not gonna it's not gonna be the one you think it is.
Which one do you think it is? Which one is it, I guess?
I was gonna say I can think which one.
If I'm gonna pick your favorite match, I would say it's either gonna be the main event, which was Gallows versus why am I lost right now?
Yeah, that's not it. It's not
Gallows versus Paradox.
That's not it.
No?
No.
Was it one of the 3 main events?
Nope.
No. Oh.
Nope. My favorite match of the night was the Gavin Bush and Kargar match.
It's too short though.
It was, but we'll get into that in a minute. But that was my favorite match just because it was so good. Even for the 2.5 minutes it lasted, it was pretty damn good.
Our favorite caveman versus her son.
Our son.
Our son. We're gonna adopt him.
It's not my son. He's our son.
Well, I think he likes you being his mom more than he likes me being his dad.
I'm a cool mom.
Yeah, I would like to think I'm a cool dad, but I don't know.
You're a nerdy dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into it because we're 8 minutes in and everybody's probably watching this going, would you move it along?
Move it along.
So the very first match was a VIP match. And
her favorite match.
Gavin versus Kargar. And yeah, it was a really quick match. But a lot happened in that match that doesn't usually happen.
Eye gouges. Biting.
Yeah, Kargar was so aggressive. He bit him. He eye gouged him. He
played dirty just like Gavin does.
Yeah, but he's a caveman. I don't think it's dirty play.
That's how he should be in our opinions.
My favorite part was
maybe bite a nose or two.
Yeah, Kargar found the mirror it is the first time he's seen a mirror, and he was fluffing his hair, and Gavin's like, "What are you doing? That's mine." It was pretty great. Yeah. I love that match. I'd like to see that match again. Yeah. And for longer.
Maybe a little longer. Yeah. Run it back.
Not a little longer. I want to see it more. I mean, it's silly wrestling for life, but I loved the aggression from Kargar. Yeah. I think that is something we've needed to see. And I was so proud of the two of them playing off of each other. Yeah. So it was a really good match. The end just kind of threw all of us like, what? Is that
quick?
Yeah. I think it was because we were probably either disappointed or confused because it was kind of just stopped. And that's something maybe the two of them can work on. Is like when you're going for it, you can't just stop. You got to build to the pin. Because it was so short, I don't know that they had time to build to the pin. That's my personal take on it.
Well, I believe, wasn't that match, that wasn't one of the ones that was changed, was it?
No. Well, yes, it was actually, because we've had a lot of changes because they were in the Fatal 4-Way.
So
they were in the Fatal 4-Way.
Oh, so yeah, that match was changed.
So I don't know what was the VIP, because he doesn't usually announce the VIP, right?
Yeah, no, he just puts all the matches together and.
Yeah, so
Sometimes he does. Sometimes he'll say this is the VIP match.
Yeah, I don't know. So sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But those two were supposed to be in the Fatal 4-Way with Kyle King and Shane Davis. And all of last night, well, okay, I can say all, but a lot of last night got changed.
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't disappointed in the changes. They were just kind of
I think you picked Gavin
interesting.
Bush to win the 4-Way anyway, so he won that match. We both kind of did, didn't we? We both said Gavin Bush was going to win.
So Gavin Bush came out with the win. So we'll see what happens. I kind of want to see that build. They did really well together.
We'll see Cargar get a little more aggressive. Maybe stomp on some fingers.
I don't know. I mean,
start bringing a club out.
He's a caveman, so he should be more aggressive.
Yeah.
That's what cavemen do. But so I am going to toast to Mr. Gavin Bush and Mr. Cargar. Thank you for a great opener. All right. So the first actual match was Chance Kerrigan against the newcomer Klehuna. Now, he's a newcomer to us. He's not a newcomer to wrestling. He is a veteran. I don't remember how long they said he had been wrestling, but for a while. There has been rumors that he may or may not be Samoan.
May or may not be.
Do not know. Have not confirmed, and pretty sure he wouldn't deny. Because I don't know, if somebody accused me of being Samoan, I'd probably own up.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty proud of that.
That's what Jeff and Derek McQueen were talking about anyway on commentary. They
Yeah.
may or might not be Samoan. We don't know.
Was that his
He's
name?
some sort of iron. Yeah.
Derek McQueen.
Derek McQueen.
Who, by the way, is a new partner of
Did
Jeff
pretty good,
on the
didn't
commentary team in Salina. And they did pretty good. There were some things, I guess, some people caught that was on commentary. I didn't catch them.
I didn't catch him.
It's okay. He sounded a lot younger than he looked, which was interesting. But I think they did a really good job. So Chance and Klehuna, and this was for the Independence Champion,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it was.
And
And
so
whoever won this was going to face
is going to face
Kane
Chance,
Carter.
or excuse me, is going to face King Carter next weekend, October 25th on Saturday for the championship. So in the beginning, how it started with some friendly banter, a handshaking, a little bit of, we saw Klehuna roll for a minute.
Roll, yeah, and then his Chance did the like a island boy.
Yeah. And so for a first match that I got to watch of Klehuna that I remember, to be fair, he was really impressive.
Yeah, that match was another one of those that's on my top. That is, I could put in that as one of my favorite matches because
they were well matched.
So well together.
Yeah, and from what I understand, that match was 8 minutes wrestling time. Wrestling time's different than normal time. Don't even get me started. But what probability driver for the win?
Yeah.
That's Chance's finisher, right?
Yes, that's one of his finishers. He does that elbow
one
too.
The
elbow drop. He does that. I believe that's one of his finishers.
He does the blue thunder bomb, and I was just, hey, Chance, that blue thunder bomb. You probably call it something else.
It's probably the weakest move in wrestling.
Sammy
never gets the job done.
Never gets the job done with it.
I've used it 3 or 4 times.
Actually, they've started bringing back that being a power move because he's finished 4 matches. Sami Zayn has finished 4 matches recently with the blue thunder bomb.
Yeah. Usually
he has to do it so many times, and then he has to follow it up with the haluva kick, and then he just has to kill him. It's just murder because the blue thunder bomb just doesn't do it anymore. I don't know. Chance might have to find out. I don't know. He might have to get a massive running knee or something. Maybe he should bring out an RKO. I don't know. Do a stunner.
I like the probability driver. That's a great finisher. He should just keep up with that one. Yeah.
So Chance came out on top. It was a great match. They ended up shaking hands at the end. And Chance said it was a little bit of a struggle, but it was a nice match for him.
Yeah.
And
he did look a little unfocused, though. I mean, Klehuna, Clay Huna had him at the beginning, and then he kind of focused up. He got the job done.
To be fair,
he did get the job done.
Chance came back from a honeymoon, so maybe he was just there he was having a good time like he does. He wants the crowd to be rolling with him, and he's having a good time, and maybe he got a little distracted because I was yelling at him to focus.
Yeah.
Focus when you're in the ring.
And he was talking about Kane Carter in the ring, too, and not paying attention. Almost got rolled up for a pin. But
it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
So, he did get the win, and we are very happy for it. So, it is going to be Chance and Clay Huna on October 25th, next weekend for the title.
I will say next weekend, Chance needs to focus if he's going to pull this off, because one man that is very focused right now is Kane Carter.
Yeah, but okay, you say that. But I would say that Carter better be just as ready, because Chance
I think Carter is ready.
Chance?
Just saying.
Look, Carter's also been very busy.
Very busy man.
But Chance is one of... Hold on. Let me finish my thought before you keep interrupting me. Chance is one of those that he's been put in predicaments, and he has that deep drive that he can damn near deal with anything. So hopefully he stays focused and he knows what he's got coming up. But I think if he does, he can pull that win out, and then Kane can go back to Texas and cry to rest of Texas.
You and I both know that Kane is a very, very driven individual.
He is a very driven. And we've seen these, but Chance has beat him how many times?
I will argue with that. I will argue with that.
Yeah.
I don't think Chance won that match at the fair. I really don't.
Okay, but that's
and he really didn't. No, he didn't beat him the first time.
Stop.
It was disqualification.
Yeah, look, so but that wasn't him and Chance in that.
But the first time it was when the seventh seal came out.
You're talking about stop. You're talking about the fair. That was not Chance versus Kane Carter. That was a rumble.
He had him beat in that first match too, though. He had him beat.
Okay, what is it you say?
He had him beat.
What is it you say?
There was nothing to say about this match. He got interrupted by the seventh seal.
When I get mad, he's like, it is what it is. Whatever the ref decides is what the ref decides.
Well, the ref decided it was a disqualification.
That's right. And
but that doesn't mean either one of them lost.
I didn't say
that. Means the match was ruined. I'm going to say that match was ruined. That was a great match. I believe Kane Carter had one. I believe he has the will to do the next one. I also think we're getting off topic. We're talking about too far ahead.
Anyway, the point is...
We could argue this all day. We could argue this all day.
I think he's just been in an argument with me all day.
Yeah.
And I really should have just waited to do the breakdown. So, anyway, moving on. Chance did a good job. Good job, Chance. It was a great show. Good showing, first showing for Clay Huna.
Yeah.
I'm going to regret putting a mic on you, aren't I?
Yeah, you might.
I am. Jeez Louise. All right, next match. The Freight Train, Shane Davis, which the Freight Train part I think is new.
Yeah, I haven't heard that yet.
Versus the Big Dog, which was originally billed as Aaron Helms.
Aaron Helms.
Versus Big Dog.
He was... Yeah,
so we do hope that Aaron is okay, and that we will see him soon. Big Dog is a 20-year veteran.
Over 20 years is what he said. Over 20 years.
Over 20 years, and he looks it.
He looks it. He wrestles like it too.
And Shane is only graduated from the Bears Den for a couple of months, and we've seen him wrestle a few times. But I'll agree with Jeff. Is that every time we see him, he does get better.
Way better.
Every single time he does get better. But if he's going to go with the Freight Train, we're going to have to get some stronger, more plowing type moves in there. You know,
a little more avalanches. You almost need to wrestle like the Big Dog wrestled him, because the Big Dog was wrestling like a big guy.
There was some big ass bitch and Big Dog coming right out. He bit Shane first.
Yeah.
And I got a big beef with this ref. I cannot remember her name, but I've got a beef with her. I'm pretty sure she's got her pockets lined and she's blind or something.
I think all the refs are blind in a way.
But she's still new. She's still learning, to be fair. Okay, so, and then Big Dog goes and bites her on the ass. That's a disqualification, right?
It should have been. I think it was before the match started, though. I don't think the bell rang.
Still, she could have called it off right there. She has the power. Her thing, she could have, fuck you. You bit me, guess what? You lose. Right there, Shane's...
And we know she could do that.
She could. But because she's a new ref, did she not? Or did she secretly like the bite? She's like, No.
Well, I'm not going to speculate on that.
We're not going to. Okay. So Shane Davis and Big Dog beat the hell out of each other is what you wrote down.
Yes, they beat the snot
What
out
are
of each other.
some moves that you want to highlight?
Well, like the chop, that big chop they had at the beginning there. Bunch of just big hits.
Big Dog's chop sounded painful.
Yeah.
Just vicious. Shane's got more of like a thud. Big Dog's had like a clap.
Like a clack, yeah.
And it was like, oh, that poor kid has 30 more years to go.
Yeah.
Ease up, bro. He came out barking, which is a lot like Braun Breaker. So I don't know how I feel about that. It was fun to watch. It was hard hitting. You can see areas for growth needed. I wouldn't mind seeing the Big Dog back.
Yeah.
I think that was very, very good for Shane.
Yeah, it's probably intuitive and just you wrestle a veteran like that and you can keep up. It's probably a good
for
thing.
a veteran to be like, yeah, I'll wrestle a new kid and do it well.
Do it well.
Because the crowd really enjoyed it.
They both look strong. It was really good showing.
So
I'm pretty sure Big Dog won with a cutter was the finisher.
Yeah, but he called it what, the rabies shot?
I think that's what we put, right? We wrote that down. I think it was called the rabies shot.
I think it was called the rabies shot, but he did not write it down.
I thought I did, but I apologize.
So, big win with the cutter for Big Dog. I'm pretty sure he called it. I'm pretty sure Jeff called it the rabies shot.
Yeah.
Is what I think.
Might have to ask that man.
It was good. I give it, out of a showing of first time we'd seen him, 1 out of 5. What do you think?
I'd give him about a 4.5, 5. He, like I said, this man.
You're being nice.
Am I though? I mean,
Yeah,
he wrestled like a veteran. I'm talking. If we're talking about him or the match, him or the match. If we're talking about the match, I give it about a 3.5. But if we're talking about the Big Dog, I give him a 5.
The match.
Okay, 3.5.
3.5. That's what I think was fair. I was like, I'm not going to give him a 4.5 because that wasn't the best match we've seen in a while because it's 1 out of 5.
You're talking about the first time seeing him. What was your question? The first time I saw him, he wrestled like a veteran. He wrestled like a veteran.
He did his job.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next match is Will Chambers versus Tommy Too Good. So it's
the chocolate kaiju. I love it.
I don't know. I like Chili Willy better.
Well, yeah. Chili Willy, the chocolate kaiju.
Yeah, and he comes by when he's doing his entrance and he goes, Where's my sign? You have to earn it. And I think he did.
Yeah.
I think he did. This match was not announced. This was another one of those that we weren't supposed to see.
Nope, it wasn't announced.
Tommy actually wasn't on the card as far as what I can tell, unless it was announced later. But so Big Will Chambers, he's billed as being 6'8" and 408 pounds. Or 6'7" and 408 pounds. I don't know. He's a big beast of a man. Guy. But we like him a lot.
We do.
Well, that's all I'm going to say. Keep kayfabe alive. The chocolate kaiju, like if he comes out with merch, we're getting 2-3x.
Hopefully it looks like Godzilla, or him stomping through towns and stuff with a chocolate bar in his hand.
I don't need chocolate. He is chocolate. What are you talking about?
Well, that's his power.
No,
he's
going to look like Tommy Pickles carrying around.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Reptar rocked.
Reptar did rock. But Tommy had to break this elephant down in pieces, and he had his hand full.
He had his hands full.
Because Tommy is your average size male, except for he's ripped. I mean, he is ripped. They bill him as 200 and some odd pounds. And he is solid muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat, but
we were thinking 180.
I'd say 165. Maybe one.
But then again, I'm not a scale. So
yeah, but
maybe
my
he
guessing
is.
skills are pretty damn good.
I'm 215 and I feel like I'm bigger than him, so
you for sure are taller.
Yeah.
But Tommy he was a former champion. He's a former tag team partner from ACFC, and they've split. So now he's on his own doing singles and trying to prove that he can run with the big boys as a singles. So this is another match. And what do? They give him Will Chambers. Will Chambers isn't human. I'm pretty sure he's not human.
He only went down twice in this match.
Tommy needed to pick
twice.
pick him apart piece by piece. Tommy needed to find a part and work it and work it and work it and work it. And what he was trying to do was wrestle him like you would a normal guy. And you can't wrestle a 6'8", 408-pound guy like you would Austin Riddick.
Yeah.
So there was some moments that Tommy tried to hit him like with a shoulder tackle or something. And no soul.
Yeah.
No soul.
And Will just
stood there.
Yeah, oh my goodness. He would chop him, and it was like, poor Tommy. I felt like he was Gavin Bush, and Will Chambers was everybody else. Yeah, because those chops, dude. I mean, whoa.
Well, Will Chambers, like when he put his hand here to chop, it literally went from one side to the other, and I was like, okay, he's dead. He's dead. He's going to die.
Big man.
And Tommy tried. I mean, he got some good moves on him eventually. And I agree with the announcers is that the good thing about Tommy is he has the long stamina.
Yeah.
So the longer he drug that match out,
the more harder, chance he would have had to win.
Yeah, because Will Chambers is so big, he doesn't have the stamina. He has the power. So
I don't feel like he's as fast either. And
well, he's not as limber, so he's not going to be able to do some of the things that say Tommy can.
So I think if Tommy would have ran around him a little more, he might have actually picked up the win. But unfortunately, Will Chambers with the goddamn slam. The goddamn slam. That's what they called it.
I think that's what we said when he slammed him.
Yeah, goddamn.
Because the whole ring just went. And it was like he didn't just slam him. You know, like you see some body slams where they just gingerly slam you, and you'll hear the clap of the boards. This one was us. He was trying to drop him into hell, like hand deliver him. He's like, "Here you go, Satan, have him." It was vicious, and so no, Tommy didn't get the win. And after that, he kind of looked sad and disappointed in himself. He looked like he let himself down. But Tommy, let me tell you, you did a good job. You did knock him down twice. That's more than anybody probably could do. This just gives you more ammunition to go for the next one.
Yeah.
But remember, you can't wrestle a 6'8", 408-pound man like you can a former tag team partner or anybody else that you've been fighting. You gotta take them apart piece by piece, run around them, make them tired, work them down.
Yep.
And so I look forward to seeing that again. I wouldn't mind seeing that match again.
Not at all.
But maybe once Tommy realizes that he figures out where he went wrong, and then we can move on from there. But it was a great match.
Great match.
Yeah. So the next one is Mindy came out. What did Mindy have to say? Mindy is no more Grace.
She gets mad when you say that. You call her Mindy Grace, you're going to get chewed out.
And there's a few people who have accidentally slipped up. And I've seen a few of them get screamed at, which would probably make me wet myself a little bit if she got that close to my face. Just a little bit. She's intimidating.
So Mindy,
I don't care how tiny she is. She's intimidating.
We know better.
Yeah, it's no more Grace. And we also boo you.
Yeah, you meanie.
Big
bully.
Yeah.
But what she had to say, she came out, she has a challenge she made it sound like she was going to challenge Stormy. She's talking about big girl with long arms, and everybody knows Stormy's tall. Mm-hmm. She's really tall, and she's got some long arms. Singles. And she's in singles now. But Stormy's got other plans. We'll get to that later. But right now, she said she's going to wrestle, what'd she say her name was? Izzy B.
Izzy B. Next November 15th in Salina. Izzy B.
That's going to be Mindy Grace's next match, so oops.
Yeah, she's putting the whole...
I'm going to get chewed out for that.
You are going to... Look, I told you not to do that. You have been... I'm going to have to cut this out because... Look,
well, you were saying I'm looking for a fight, and I guess...
Yep.
I'm going to get one, probably.
You are.
I better watch myself.
Yeah, she put the whole female locker room...
Sorry, Mindy.
She put the whole female locker room on notice.
Yeah.
But I think that they should be scared. She got a much-needed break. She had a lovely honeymoon. And so she's rested up and ready to fucking go. And she's got the ambition now. Yeah. It's no more Grace. And she's going to know more Grace all across that room.
Right.
And I look forward to seeing what Mindy Grace is going to do. I'm looking forward to seeing her fight Miss Izzy B. And I will find out more about Izzy B before the match, I promise. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. We have dogs that think that they are not supposed to be outside when it's nice. It's like 65 degrees. They have their beds and all this kind of stuff, and they're like, no, we're supposed to be inside all the time. Anyway, so let's talk about the next match. It's sorry, I will always make fun of my dogs.
Yeah.
It's Mitch Onyx versus Jimmy the Funk.
This is another match with that referee.
So Mitch is a huge conundrum for me because he was hired to fight with Coda Brand and he came out and did nothing. Like he was out for himself. He's like, I'm here to get a paycheck, but he kept running away and didn't actually fight. Ended up leaving. And then we haven't seen him for a long time and he's the I'm big guy, right?
He didn't say that at all last time.
He didn't. And he came out differently this time versus Jimmy the Funk, who originally, so back in last Salina show, it was supposed to be Jimmy the Funk versus Natester. So Natester's somewhere making an entrance.
He's still making his entrance from the Night Live show.
No, he's still making an entrance from like another show he did, but they're just waiting. It's like a 15 to 25 day waiting period for the Natester.
So because he's still making his entrance, he wrestled Mitch Onyx.
So
the GEM.
Jimmy the Funk has had many years of experience. Now, he came back to Salina 2-3 months ago after being out for an injury. And he didn't really do a whole lot. He kind of just helped out in 1 or 2 areas, and then he turned on Natester the show after that. So this one, what did you think? You got a few notes there.
Well, I think it was a little sloppy at first. I did say that. That's one of my notes there. It was a little sloppy at first. It kind of picked up in the middle there, though. I think Mitch Onyx did a good job. I think Jimmy the Funk was a little stoned.
A little more than little. Like there were some times when you're like, dude, do you know you were actually in the ring?
Yeah.
Like
he did some good banter though with him, like where he was like making fun of the Natester and stuff, and
yeah, it was funny. And then he goes, "Where are you, Natester?"
Yeah, right. Making his entrance. We already discussed that.
I don't know if these two have wrestled each other before.
I don't either.
I really don't. So
we have seen them both, but
we have seen them both, but not together. Yeah. And we haven't seen Jimmy the Funk. Like, okay, well, we won't talk about the other time we saw Jimmy the Funk actually wrestle in a match. But this is our first time seeing him in Salina in his own match, and there is room for growth. And I like I said, I don't know how often they have wrestled, so maybe it's just the familiarity between the two. Because neither one of them just started wrestling 2 months ago. They've got time under their belt.
Yeah, they have time under their belt.
I just don't know if their chemistry was off.
Miscommunication,
Maybe some miscommunications.
Maybe they just weren't ready because the match was changed, so...
And that's true. The match was supposed to be versus Natester, but it wasn't a last-minute change because it was announced. Well, no, it was a last-minute change. So Natester, once again, making his entrance off somewhere. And Jimmy the Funk's maybe he was mad because he couldn't fight the Natester. So he's lack of focus.
Yeah, well, he was. He did talk about Natester a lot in that match, so maybe that's what it was. He just lack of focus.
Yeah, but if I was Jimmy the Funk, I would have used him like the Natester, and I would have shown the Natester what I would do to him. Although,
well, maybe he's one of those guys who don't hold personal grudges against people. You know, like he don't have a beef with Mitch, so
I don't know. Maybe I would have sent him a message through Mitch. Although Mitch is like a quarter of the size of Natester.
I will say the way that match ended, though, when it was a roll-up pin, I'm pretty sure both men had their shoulders to the mat. They called for Mitch for the win. Mm-hmm. The referee.
Well, so, she's a new ref, but ma'am, both shoulders on both guys were down. The ref is, as Jay would say, out of position. Out of position.
I even wrote that down. Is final. Out of position.
But her word is final.
Her word is final. Jimmy the Funk lost, and afterwards he beat up on Mitch Onyx because of it.
Do you blame him?
No. So, now he's really got a reason to be mad, so maybe he can pummel Mitch now. Maybe his focus is going to be a little more focused on Natester if they ever come across with the Paz, or,
They're just going to start beating each other all over Kansas. At different companies, just beating each other up. It's just going to be Jimmy the Funk halfway stoned versus Natester blown up before he even gets in the ring.
Right.
Look, I don't mind. I don't blame Jimmy the Funk for dropping him and turning on him anyway, because you fucking, first off, you pushed me into a bullpen, and secondly, your entrance was 765 million years long before I even got to the ring, and we're supposed to fight together.
We're still waiting on your last one.
Jumping.
We went to 2 shows Natester is supposed to be at. He's still making an entrance somewhere. He didn't make it to neither one of those shows.
Yeah, he's probably like out in some other town, just like still partying down to the Kansas City drum line. Yeah. That would be funny.
Playing his 5th entrance music right now. Yeah. After the drum line. Played
for
2 hours.
Controversial finish.
Controversial. In our opinion.
In your opinion. Ref was out of position. So, I mean,
I was complaining about it last night at the show. I was like, I don't think that was how they should have been.
I can't tell, but I think they said it on the podcast too. That didn't look...
You mean the commentary?
Yeah, that's what I meant. But that didn't look quite... So we'll see what comes of that. Hopefully this ref gets some glasses and some reffing experience enough to call said match and to not do that again.
Yeah.
Check for shoulders. It's a key point. So then after that came Coconut and Love. Hector de Oro and Bruisador versus
the Cursed.
Blade and Kuda.
The most decorated tag team in Kansas history.
Yeah. And Hector and Bruiser came out with Angel.
They came out with Angel.
And Angel came out. So Angel does commentary every once in a while, and he's done stuff like that, and he runs his own Lucha Libre thing down in Dodge City. But he came out on the floor, and they made a whole promo. And so Hector said, hey, you two work together. And neither one of them, they kind of acted like they didn't want to work together.
Not at first. They weren't on the same page.
But they needed Angel to pull them together and kind of like slap them around a little bit. Focus. You both have the same goal. Let's work together and get the same goal.
Exactly.
But I was so glad to see Angel and his beautiful hair. Angel has the most beautiful
Always
hair.
a pleasure to see Angel.
But freaking Bruiser, every time he comes around, I want him to stop for a little while. That man smells so good. I'll say this is stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway. He's the best-selling independent wrestler or indie circuit wrestler in the state of Kansas, hands down.
Yeah.
What do you use? He's the only one that I know of that uses lotion. I don't
something. It's
pleasant.
It's nice.
It is pleasant. You don't smell like onions and bad decisions. You smell like love and coconut. And coconut happens to be one of my favorite smells.
Yeah.
I do love coconut, by the way. I don't look like a coconut chick, but I am. And
a lot happened in this match.
Oh, so much. Because the Cursed, of course, came out with Miss Katie Lynn. And I don't think anybody else was out there. It was just Katie Lynn coming out with the Cursed, which of course is Blade and Kuda, because they are part of the 7th Seal. They are one of the 2 tag teams that are in the 7th Seal. There's actually 3 tag teams, technically.
Yeah.
Because you got the Diamond Kings, you've got the Cursed, but you also have Blade and Simon. Blade's like all over everywhere. He's like a disease.
And I want to point something out, Katie Lynn. I think Jackie's cheating on me with you.
Don't say that.
I think so.
She just looks better in fishnets than you do.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. It's not my fault she's shaking her booty in front of everybody.
Talking about you in a cage last night. What was that all about?
You have to... We had a good time.
It seemed like it. That was some fun banter.
Yeah, it was. It's always fun to banter with Miss Katie Lynn. But you have in your notes, it says Hector and Bruiser were not on the same page.
They were not on the same page. At the beginning of the match, they weren't on the same page. It wasn't until the middle of the match where Angel said, "Hey, you guys need to get your shit together,"
Was
and
it
made
because
them
they
shake
couldn't
hands.
agree who was starting? Or
No,
what?
it just Bruiser seemed like he had some animosity towards Hector still.
But fair.
Fairly, yes, fairly, but I think Hector is changed his ways. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, Hector unfortunately had to learn a really hard, very long lesson.
Very long lesson.
That real
And his
family.
name was Dick, who's actually kind of short.
Yeah, he's not a very long lesson. He just teaches it for a lengthy period of time.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, you got me with that one.
So, but they got on the same page.
They
eventually.
got on the same page.
They're still not where they were when they were a tag team.
Too little, too late though, because the
Kuda and Blade. That's a
beast, man.
Kuda at one point like found a bug in his hair and ate it, and I'm pretty sure Blade threw up in his
mask.
I would have thrown up in my mask. Kuda is so fun. He flapped his little flap at me.
Yeah. Almost popped you with the popper too.
He did. It almost popped me right in the face until Blade stopped him. What is that about? Of course, Blade came out and played with my hair too.
Yeah.
But I blew smooches.
But he straight walked up behind you like he was gonna eat you for dinner, man. I was a little worried for a second.
I think I could take Blade.
No, I'm not gonna speculate on that either.
I think I could. I've picked up very large men in my life.
Yeah.
I've done some pretty...
I guarantee she's picked up bigger than Blade.
Unfortunately.
Not in a pleasant way, though. It's
not going to look graceful. I didn't say it's going to look nice.
Never.
I didn't say it was going to look pleasant. But I have picked them up. Now, I may complain about them for the next 6 weeks, though. Yeah, because fuck that shit. So they got on the same page, and they fought, and they singled out Hector. That's what you're...
Yeah, they singled like the whole first of the match. He got singled out.
For most of the match. Was that because they wanted to make... Because they weren't worried about...
I don't think it was not being worried about it. I do think that Bruisador is the more scary of the two, to be fair.
He is the biggest luchador He's the
biggest luchador. That's true.
What is he, like a stack of tacos? No, 2 tacos, a stack of tortas, and 2 Mexican Cokes or something like that. He's a lot of food. He's a whole buffet.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't eat that much.
Oh, no.
It's a lot of food.
I've seen him eat. Don't let him lie to you.
I will say, though, Hector did the Oro Slam to Blade.
Hector picked him up.
And that was impressive.
Blade is not a small guy.
No.
So anytime he gets picked up, 1, I feel bad for him. And 2, it's impressive. But they did eventually get their shit out. They got their shit together. And so the Curse singled out Hector, trying to break him down just because he was the bigger, and they saw him as the bigger threat.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Angel, puts that dad talk to him like mofos in his luchador way. Focus. But at one point, they tried to take Bruiser's mask off. You don't disrespect the luchadors.
That's something you
tradition.
don't do.
You don't do that. That's evil.
And I'm not gonna lie, that whole match I didn't cheer, I didn't boo. I was torn.
You were crying.
I was almost in tears because I didn't want to see those guys fighting. None of them. I didn't want to see them in a ring together. It was horrible on me.
He was was this the one where you were literally shaking?
No, that was the last match.
Oh, okay.
No. So this match, I was just really quiet. And
he literally forgot his job the whole time. And then he was literally like, Jacque, I'm going to cry. My 2 favorite teams are fighting. I'm going to cry. I was like, look, bitch, you made fun of me for 6 weeks for crying over shit. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody who does the planning, and he's a dick sometimes, and he uses our love against us.
Yeah, he uses it against us, kind of like Kargar and Bush.
Well, he done told me. He said, "Don't
make
you cry in front of everybody. You look ugly crying." I was like, "You already done did, but you want to do it again? Okay, you suck." But anyway, so the ref lost all control, no control. Was this Josie?
I don't think so. Maybe it was.
I think this one was Josie and not Jeremy, because either way, whoever the ref was, he lost complete control.
Yeah,
it
it got
all the way
out of
apart.
control.
Oro does the slam, which impressed Jay, the Oro slam on Blade. And the curse should... What did you write? Okay, the curse showed
They showed why they were such a decorated tag team.
Okay, because that says Mega T. Meg T. Who's Meg T?
The most. That's M-O-S-T.
Sure it is. The most decorated, dominant tag team in Kansas.
This is going to be a thing. You're just making fun of me every time. I'm going to make you start taking notes now.
It says Astery. Astery. It doesn't say history. That's an A.
I wrote a little fast. I also wasn't using a table. I was writing like this, so the pages were folding on me.
And on to the next one. Nope. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. So we are going to go on to the next one. But who won? Who won that one?
The Cursed. That's what I said. The Cursed showed why they were the most dominant tag team in Kansas history.
What was the Cursed finishing move?
Well, it was the slingshot into the bloodbath. I don't know if they have a name for it, but I mean that's even what Jeff called it, was a slingshot into the bloodbath. Well, Blade's finish
of the bloodbath, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So good on them though.
Yeah.
That was where I think that's where the show fell apart. Not fell apart literally, like all chaos. But
chaos
ensued.
Started to reign.
I shouldn't have said fall apart because I didn't mean fell apart. No. I mean this is where
chaos. In my opinion, this is where the whole thing starts getting really intense.
This is where Billy hit the gas and didn't let off, and like he's going around curves and bouncing off the walls. You know how the idiots do? They just bounce off the walls.
I think before we move on, though, I think we should take a shot for Angel. It's good to see him back. I missed him. Ugh.
Okay, so the next match is No Coast Yakuza versus Diamond Kings. Now, Christian Vale and
Chris Vale and Christian Temple.
Chris Vale and Christian Temple. Y'all need to figure your shit out and change your damn names because it's too damn confusing.
Just say Vale and Temple.
No, I'm going to say No Coast.
No Coast.
No Coast Yakuza.
When you're talking about them singly in the ring, though, Vale and Temple.
I'm not going to. No Coast brunette and No Coast tall older man.
Not that much older, though.
No.
Just older than Vale.
He's significantly
Vale looks like a little kid. Temple's slightly older.
Versus the Diamond Kings. And these promos that the Diamond Kings have been putting out. Look, even I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
There is so much creativity in Michael Maverick and Darren Jekyll that it's almost scary. So
it makes me want to buy a timeshare in Barbados.
Look, I'm sorry. We're going to say it now. Michael Maverick won that match. That they played a game where it was a shit talking promo game
on bumping chops.
And Billy did one, Michael Maverick did one, and Darren Jekyll did one.
They all did excellent.
They all did a good job. But when you sit there, Barbados, I don't even know
what a timeshare is, and I don't think I want one. And
I ain't got time for that. I was driving in my car, almost had to pull over. I was hauling bodies, and I almost had to pull over because that was just
funny.
You're given a name, and you have to make up a whole persona based off of that name. And boy, motherfucker, just
cut a promo on the topic, which was a timeshare in Barbados.
A timeshare in Barbados, and then he also had to stop halfway through and talk about the temperature in the room, like it was freezing.
I don't know why everybody's cold.
And you only get 45 seconds, so dude nailed it. I couldn't do that shit. I'd be like, yeah, buy a timeshare, please.
This is wonderful.
They're great. They're not going to fuck you over for life. And gee, turn up the heat. I mean, I couldn't do it. I don't know. I talk shit really good one-on-one, but I don't talk shit good in a crowd.
We thought about buying the game, though.
We might. I mean, Bobby said it's only like $20. And we got all the information, so we're going to check it out, maybe. But Bobby also mentioned us playing it on Bumping Chops if we ever get to be guests again. We'll see. It's like their list of guests is
huge,
and rightfully so.
Yeah.
So No Coast Yakuza versus the Diamond Kings. This match was so fucking good.
They were hitting each other hard.
Well, first off, Christian Temple was pissed after what the Diamond Kings and, well, Seven Seal in general did to Logan Knight. And Christian Temple was like, that's my friend.
Yeah.
And he tried to come out and help him, but he couldn't. And so they had a goal, which was to stop the Seven Seal from being so dominant.
Yeah, Chris Vale and it was Jekyll, when they first got in the ring, they were throwing elbows at each other that were just
fucking haymaker.
Oh man, I'm surprised they didn't lose no teeth. Those things were like fucking hard.
Potato. You would have thought those two owed each other money.
Yeah, you really would have, or somebody owed somebody something. Somebody said something about somebody's mama. That was rough. They were kicking each other in the face.
I'm so glad they didn't hold back though, because it sold the story so much better, because it made it feel more real, and very much appreciate when they do that. And that's one thing we can say about Temple and Vale versus Jekyll and Maverick, is that there is no half-assing anything. All four of those men have always give it 100%. There were some brutal elbows in that match. Jekyll was smacked. Jekyll and Vale and Jekyll were just killing each other through probably the first half.
The first half of the match. They kind of singled out Vale, like a good tag team do. If you're gonna wrestle, you always want to single one guy out and make constant tags, which they did.
But you're right. In your notes, you say you can see a change in Maverick. So Michael Maverick had. Well, his
more
tag
focus.
team partner told him, like, we're going to go back to practicing, and we're going to practice. And then something happened.
Something.
By a river. I don't know if it's a come to the devil moment, or, because I can't say Jesus. I don't think we should.
I don't think Jesus is involved in this.
He's got nothing to do with that. But he's come out as a different, he's ruthless. He's found that ruthless aggression. Like, he even has scars on his face.
It was crazy.
Like, who he fight? A tiger? Is that part of what, like, Jekyll was like, get in the... It's like the old school, when Rocky had to go fight the chicken. Like, he had to go catch the chicken. But Jekyll's a fucking demon. So Jekyll was like, get in there and fucking catch a tiger? And,
something.
Or probably
what happened.
He had to go catch Baphomet. I don't know. But whatever I can say is whatever Jekyll did or whatever Maverick had to do or whatever Katie Lynn did. Let's not forget that Miss Katie Lynn has more power than people think she does.
And she kind of ruined this match for us last night too.
Well, hold on. Whatever he did worked, because that was a phenomenal match. But she did what?
She pulled the ref out, remember, and slapped her. Caused a DQ. Forced a disqualification for some reason, which
That had nothing to do with us, though.
No.
No, that had to do with the fact that, okay, because it wasn't for a title. It was just a match. And so, Katie Lynn's in charge. She's going to do whatever the hell she wants. So if she thinks that her boys are to the point where they might lose...
I don't think they were on the verge of losing, though.
They were pinned. That's
pinned,
why the ref came out. Katie Lynn's going to do what she does to make sure that they don't lose. I didn't say win, but they don't lose by submission.
They're still champions.
So that makes them still the tag team champions, even though it's a DQ. Because Katie Lynn is a smart chick. The voodoo priestess or whatever you want to call her, she's a smart chick and she's got it figured out. So she made sure that they kept their belts, because if she interrupts, it's a DQ. Mm-hmm. And she scared the shit out of that poor ref. That ref ran.
She ran.
She ran like back by Jeff and the other announcer and
instead of calling for the bell right there, she ran over to where the bell was and called
Katie
for
Lynn
it,
was
and then got the hell out of Dodge.
Do you blame her though? Like if you were like blindly, like you didn't know Katie Lynn, and she just pulled you by your feet out of the ring while you're doing your job. So say we're working on a scene, right? Like we're working on a scene, we're doing our normal thing, and then Katie Lynn just comes up and grabs your feet, pulls you out of the house that we're in, and then slaps the fuck out of you without saying shit to you.
Well,
I think you'd run around.
I would probably run too. Yes.
Like the fuck, and you didn't know it was Katie Lynn, so like it's just this monster of a thing. Which she didn't. You know, she had new hair colors, so maybe she didn't recognize her. I don't know, but she was not ready. Of course, this is also the new ref.
Yeah.
She was not ready for this shit. She got bit and bitch slapped
all in one night.
But then she also learned that she doesn't know how to count, and she's blind. This is a rough night for her.
Out of position.
Somebody needs to call, like, she needs to talk to a therapist, probably, about that match. But that was one of the matches that was announced, right? Turn that over.
I'm pretty sure that one was, yes.
I'm pretty sure it was. No, maybe it wasn't. Like I said, there was so many changes in what was announced versus what actually happened. So that might have been actually one of the ones that was announced. I
don't think it was announced at all either. Yeah.
So I don't know. But then that leads us into
championship match.
The championship match.
Supposed to be Ray versus Kit Reaver.
All right, so let's take a short break. Sorry, folks. Even old people need to stand up and stretch their legs every once in a while. Okay, so the match that we had an intermission, and then we came to one of the main events. Or was this the main event? No, it was one of the main events. I would call it a co-main event, but it's not how it was announced. But it was Ray Leon, the illustrious one.
Supposed to be against Kit Reaver.
It was supposed to be a Kit Reaver, but go ahead.
But Kit Reaver kind of got jumped backstage, and the Seventh Seal brought him out. Carried
out on Darren Jekyll's shoulders.
Yeah.
So sit forward just a little bit so I can get you. There you go. This was just chaos. This whole thing was just a mess. And the Seventh Seal bring out Kit Reaver and sit him in a chair.
Sat him in a chair.
And made him watch as they decided that it was going to be Simon. And Simon's a little guy. And he hasn't had a whole lot of wins. But lately he's been winning. Specifically with that manhandle, or that mandible claw, which is disgusting. Sorry. Because you've had it down two people's throats. They need to be tested for strep at this point. I'm pretty sure you should sterilize that tape. That's disgusting. Gross. Yeah. So it ended up being Katie Lynn got on the mic and she said this is going to be a match against Simon and Ray agreed. And nobody stepped in. Billy, where was Billy? He didn't come out and say this was official. Dickie wasn't there.
Well, Dickie doesn't have control anymore.
Nobody made it official. So I guess Ray made it official. Which I didn't know Ray had the power to make things
Well, he is a champion, and if he wants to challenge for that belt, he could say, yeah, fine, let's do it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think the owner, Billy, should have been coming up and saying some shit. But, he may have been busy. Production is hard during game days. So, in the ring.
Seventh Seal came out, and they surrounded it.
And it was a chaotic match.
Very chaos.
Ray does Ray things. He kicked that man. And he kicked that man numerous times. But, Simon and the Seventh Seal were not keeping their hands to themselves.
And Simon being a smart wrestler, worked Ray's leg.
But the thing is they also knew not to interfere. And that was what was brought up on the commentary, was that if they had interfered, Seventh Seal, even though they were all surrounded the ring, they knew if they interfered, they weren't leaving with that belt, because Ray is the Heartland Championship champion. So if they interfered, it's a DQ, and that means Simon doesn't get that belt. So they had to leave it kind of fair-ish.
There was a couple of times where the ref's back was turned, and like Michael Maverick got involved.
Ref's blind. All refs are blind, but this one was Jeremy, was it not? I think it was Jeremy.
I believe, this one was Jeremy.
This one was Josie.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with his, our name for him, because I can't, it's Jack Perry.
Jack Perry.
Jungle Jack Perry. And so Simon tried, and he tried and tried, and then you go ahead. Ray hit him with the back flash.
Black flash for the win.
for the win.
And that's when they started jumping Ray. And when they started jumping Ray, let's see who came out first. It was Kit. He got back up. He started fighting back. He started fighting back, but at that point it wasn't enough. And then after that, Stormy came out, and she had him distracted.
Stormy came out with a chair.
And then while she was distracting them, Chance came in from behind, and they evened the odds. And then Stormy put the chair to Blade, I believe.
And he deserved it because Blade gave her a chair when they were killing Logan.
Yeah.
So Stormy came out and she made an announcement during that match that Stormy is going to fight who?
Blade.
Because Blade is the one who ended Only Friends.
She's going to fight him at Wake the Dead here in Wichita next week.
Yeah, so they're going to do it at Wake the Dead. And I am looking forward to Stormy dominating the hell out of Blade. Because Blade is a huge, beastly man. That is a mountain to climb.
She had a little emotion to her last night.
Do you blame her?
No.
Don't blame her.
She was focused.
She was focused that night, but she was very emotional, but you gotta understand, she lost Logan Knight to a severe injury, which we don't know if Logan will ever wrestle. But then to find out that her baby mama had their baby, and so now she's an official baby daddy, which congratulations to all three of you still. But Kid tried to help. Chance came out, he tried to help. It was just absolute chaos. I think by the end of this, my throat was on fire, like actual burning, because we were screaming so loud, and we had poppers on the table, and I'm smacking on the table. I'm like really going. But in the end, it doesn't really matter what Seventh Seal did because Ray returned. Ray retained. He retained his title, and well deserved. Good for him. We love Ray's kicks. At one point, Ray kicked Simon 2 or 3 times in a row.
He went for 2 and he went for the 3rd.
Well, but Simon, the last time, one of the times that he kicked Simon had a dead drop and he kind of twitched.
Yeah.
Like he was having a seizure. Like it was pretty good. And even like with Ray's antics. But Simon is a smart little conniving little shit because he knew to work Ray's leg. Because Ray had a torn meniscus.
I believe that's what it was, yeah.
I think it was, I want to say it was meniscus, but I may be wrong. But he had to have he was out for a while with a knee injury. And Simon was working that fucking knee, working it all night. And at one time he turns around to the Darren Jekyll, the Diamond Kings, and he says it's about to be black on black crime. And it was, but they knew that if they touched him, it was going to be bad. Well, if they touched him, as long as the ref was watching. But anyway, that's neither here nor there because he came out on top and he retained. And so we will see what Stormy does to Blade on November 15th in Salina.
No, it's here. They're going to do it here in Wichita.
No.
Yes, what she said.
That is not what she said.
Okay.
She said November 15th. She said November. Well, she said November, for sure.
I thought she said Wake the Dead, but
nope.
Okay.
She said no November. And that's what I heard, but to be fair, my ears are not the best. So after that, we move on to the main event, which was Drake, the Hot Dog Gallows, Pronto Pump King of the Midwest, versus the Golden Boy, Paradox, in a Salina street fight, by the way, which I still don't know if street fights in Wichita are different than street fights in Salina. I would say it's pretty fucking vicious compared to... because this one was a brutal fucking match. It opened up... Paradox comes running right in. He didn't even wait for the bell.
No.
And
came running in, throwing some punches.
And haymakers. Like, those were some solid thuds. And those two are veterans. And they're very... I don't think those two get the credit they deserve by the general audience. Now, those of us that are huge wrestling fans, we know. Those two are the pillars of the indie wrestling circuit. And thank you for this match. Because this match was, as far as an indie match, it was. It was beautiful. It was good. It had us. We were all literally the whole room.
The whole room was on their feet.
This
is the match where I was shaking.
He was physically shaking, and I got a kid to scream. This is
holy
bullshit.
Shit! No, holy shit!
Oh, holy shit! Right next to his mom.
Right next to his mom.
I didn't pay attention until Jay said, "Do you see that kid over there in the luchador mask scene?" Yeah. So, right away, Paradox comes in and he's haymaker and they're just beating this shit out of him. But then fucking Drake grabs him and fucking launches him.
Power bombs him through a table.
Kind of throws him like he's a
apron.
sack of potatoes. Like he threw him like he was nothing into a table. And Paradox laid there.
That table shattered. It didn't break, it shattered.
But Paradox laid there for a good long while to the point where we couldn't decide if he was dead or hurt or if he was...
What was up?
He laid there forever to the point where Jeff got off of commentary and went over there and checked on him.
Yeah.
Like everybody was over. The medic was over there. But he snapped out of it and then he regained consciousness, we'll say that. And then... all the refs and everybody started carrying him to back, and Paradox goes, I'm not done yet.
Yep. Decided to come back for a little bit more. And it looked like it was a bad idea at first, but he pulled through and started fighting back, and then that match just turned into I don't know what.
Drake had it. That's charges for attempted murder.
Yeah.
That's attempted murder. Drake already tried to kill him. And so, like, Paradox came back, and the chops and the fucking DDTs and the body slams, like Drake's, what is it, sit down powerbomb that he was doing?
He was just powerbombing fool. He powerbombed him like 5 times in that match.
But he did it
through a table.
So
he
hard.
did it through the second table, and when it didn't break, he got up and elbow dropped it through him.
But, like, he was, even in the ring, like, it was so hard. I swear to God, he was trying to get him to, like, go through the floor. The ring jumped. It was vicious. Like, he was like, I'm putting this fool down. At one point, he was like, he's done. He's not getting up. Throw him away. Go take him to the trash. And I don't blame him for thinking that, because if he'd thrown me through a table like that, I'd think the same damn thing. Like
he actually said, "Get the garbage out of here. Go take him to the back and throw him away."
But Paradox comes back out, and Paradox is fighting the shit out of him. There's power bombs everywhere, and then Josie just lost all control during this match because it was a street fight. So there's like no rules, right? You can low blow, you can eye gouge. So Josie.
He powerbombed Josie and the security guard. When they got the ring, he knocked him back down. He buckle bombed him. They stopped him. They got the ring to try to get him back out, and that's when real hell broke loose. He grabbed Josie, the referee, and powerbombed him.
Yeah.
And then he grabbed that security guard and powerbombed him.
Yeah, poor Josie.
And
he wasn't even nice
it was crazy.
And I think they ended up breaking like 3 tables, and I was laughing the whole time because I was like, oh, well, Billy only has to put 6 tables away now.
Well, they broke 2 tables. And then
well, during the match,
he went for the W, and he grabbed the bat because Drake did. Drake grabbed the bat, Paradox's bat that he came out with, by the way. And he went to go and he went to go hit Paradox with the bat. And that's when Carly got in there and low blowed him.
Yeah.
And then she got the bat.
But well deserved, because Drake put Carly through a fucking table. The last Salina show.
Yeah.
So Carly was like, I ain't having this shit. So she gets in there, low blows him, and takes the bat. Well, then who comes out?
Will Chambers.
And then Will gets not only the bat out of her hand, but pins her to the ring, to the rope.
Yeah, holds her up. He was going to let Drake hit her, and she ended up moving, and she
jumped. She squatted down, like, because he's got her like this, right? Yeah. So she just like dead drops. And so when
she got out of the way,
Drake comes to hit Carly with the bat and end Carly for interrupting, Will is standing on the ring, and so Will ends up going through a table of his own. Yeah. So then Will is dead for the rest of the match. Dead. That table also exploded.
Yeah.
There was pieces everywhere. I think it was like 3 or 4 different pieces. And so Will's no longer helpful. Mr. Chambers. Mr. Big Will Chocolate Kaiju is no longer available. But then that's Drake an opportunity. That's an opportunity for Golden Boy Paradox gets his bat back. The Carly and Paradox end up working together, and Drake ends up getting tied up in the ropes, and they waterboarded the shit out of him. He's already busted up.
Busted open. Yeah, he got hit with the chair that busted him open.
Yeah, so he's already busted up and bleeding. So then they wrap his face in a towel and waterboard him with an entire gallon of water, by the way, and which was hilarious to see. But then Carly gets out and she starts cheering for Paradox, and Paradox finishes him off with what was the
emo driver.
No,
emo killer.
That was what emo killer is.
That's the finisher.
That's Drake's finisher.
Yeah.
Because, but busted open such a brutal match, and then so Drake actually won that one.
No.
Well then, okay, so he hits him with the emo killer.
Yeah.
Right, and then he gets out, and that's when he gets the thumbtacks. So Drake got out, moved the stairs that were built by Boogie Builds, and he pulls out this Crown Royal bag, and Carly goes, "Is that a bag of beans?" Which was hilarious, by the way. And then Drake just gingerly dumps them out on the ring, and they're fucking tacks. And he's going to probably do another emo killer or a power bomb
Well, when he brought the tacks out, that's actually when the whole thing with the bat started. He brought those out first. Because he got distracted with the tacks. He dumped the tacks out and then got distracted and grabbed the bat. And that's when Carly came in.
Okay. So, but then Drake brought the tacks out to use on Paradox.
He brought the tacks out and he got him stuck in his own ass.
Stuck in his own ass. Because what move did Paradox use on?
He used the go to sleep.
Oh, that's right. He did. He used the go to sleep, which caused Drake to fall into the tacks.
Again.
And when he fell, he went and forcibly fell. And so he gets it, and then at one point Drake gets back up and he goes back into them.
No, the GTS was the finish.
Because he went into them 3 times. Well, 2 times.
2 times.
He fell into them. And then, okay, look, Drake. When you're rolling out of the ring, logically, you roll away from pain. You personally, being the devil that you are, rolled into the tacks.
And he was rolling to the closest way out.
I don't care.
Unfortunately, it was right through the tacks.
Into the tacks more than you already were in the tacks. Like, you had tacks between your fingers. Like, the whole time I'm, nope, no, not for me. That's not for me. That's... And poor Will comes around going, "Well, I tried to help. Sorry." And so Paradox got the win. And Carly, it's got to feel good for the family.
Yeah.
To finally have...
After being the whipping people for Drake for, what, 2-3 months now?
Yeah. The go to sleep was... Is that Paradox's usual finisher, though?
Yeah.
The go to sleep?
Mm-hmm. That's what he's been using.
For some reason, I thought he had a different finisher, but maybe I'm wrong. But it was a great match. It was a fabulous finish, and literally everybody in the crowd was on their feet. There was a lot of "This is awesome." There was a lot of
holy shits.
Holy shits.
Like they said, you even had little kids saying it.
There was silence for a good long while.
Yeah, we were a little worried about Paradox there. We were even worried about him after the show. I was worried about both those guys after the show. That was brutal.
Yeah, I'm sure they're feeling it today.
Yeah, ibuprofen and aspirin, guys.
Don't mix the two. He's not a doctor. Do not take his advice.
Whatever you're able to take. Like, some people are allergic to ibuprofen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Anyway, don't take his advice. Please, for the love of God. He's not a doctor. So it didn't go the way the Fatal 4-Way didn't happen because Kyle King got injured. Natester backed out because I don't know why. Let's see. Los Matadors versus the Cursed. Los Matadors. That's what Hector and Bruiser are.
That's what they were.
Chance and Clay Huna happened.
Los Matadores.
I think that was all the ones that we knew were happening. So all that leads up to November 15th in Salina, which is the next show. Like I said, VIP and premium get in at 5:30. Get in at 5. VIP show starts at 5:30, and then the regular show starts at 6. And the next one in Wichita is called what?
Wake the Dead.
Wake the Dead. And that's where we get to see Chance versus Kane Carter for the Independence Champion. And I'm not ready to see Chance drop that belt at all. So I hope to God Chance spends this week getting focused. Anything else you want to add?
That show was awesome.
We actually got to pop our poppers this time.
Yeah, we actually popped our poppers.
But we do have some really big news. We're in talks with HCW on possibly becoming an official sponsor. And we just want to take a moment to thank everybody that has shared, liked, and commented on all of our social platforms. We have a Spotify getting ready to come out. We're very excited about it. We are very thankful for the support that we get. So thank you if you do support us. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being engaged and acknowledging that we're doing this. This is not easy work, especially for two people that work the shifts and the hours that we do. And being older people, it is not easy. So if you haven't liked, shared, subscribed, invited, all the things, please do. And we are very open to criticisms. We get it a lot, and we take it into consideration with a grain of salt. What else? We've got shows next weekend, October 25th. Then we've got November 15th. The Luchadors are getting ready to have a show down in
Dodge City.
There are other companies that are getting ready to show. Like the next nightlife show's not until February
8th, I believe
2nd.
They said. Is it the 2nd or 8th?
It's like the 2nd. It's like the 1st or the 2nd.
We'll make sure to.
But we'll discuss that more when we do the breakdown from the nightlife show we got to go to. But there are GCWs coming and at ICP. JCW. And so we're going to be there. We got our tickets. We're going to be there. Hopefully we get to see Sam Stackhouse, but we don't know if we will yet or not. But we're really, really looking forward to that. And then we're also going to talk about that show, talk about the concert, and just kind of bullshit a little bit. So overall, great show. Cards are always subject to change, so we kind of knew that was going to happen. But when this happens for normal fans to get irritated and mad, right? People were mad that the Natester wasn't there. But the way we work is we're like, oh, well, we hope everybody's okay. Except for the Natester, because we know he's still making his entrance somewhere else. So we're not really upset about it. We feel bad that, you got to be like a 17 to 25 year waiting list for the Natester to get into the ring. He'll get there eventually, and by then he'll be tired and need a nap. So you should provide animal crackers under the ring.
Some juice boxes.
Maybe usually probably like apple juices or like fruit punch.
Yeah.
Fruit punch is
I bet a lot of those guys actually like some Capri Sun.
Capri Sun's always good. Fruit punch, Capri Sun is the shit.
Yeah.
That ocean spray.
Yeah.
Do they even make that anymore?
I don't know.
We're pretty old, so probably not. We do have our costume ready to go. We have all the components. So, and we have been looking into merch. So maybe at some point we may have our own merch table. We just hope you stick around for the growth of what is Tag 'em and Bag 'em. So thank you for joining us. Cheers to another wonderful Saturday night. Didn't last long enough.
And we look forward to seeing you guys again.
All right. Bye, guys.